Welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates morning show. We are chatting this morning with Natasha Second, and Miss Second is the head of the TPP steering committee. This morning, our focus is on the TPP draft constitution explained. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning, Rhea. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Glad to be here.
Always happy to have you with us. Now, we're talking about a new constitution being drafted for the Tobago People's Party. Give us an idea this morning, Natasha, if you can, on where we stand with that. We're talking, the TPP came out of the PDP, and we're talking a brand new constitution to lead the people of Tobago forward. How different is this new constitution from what existed under the PDP?
All right, when constitutions, I want to start with that. Constitutions are set up to guide your policy direction, to give a sense of what the legal parameters will be to govern how all of the members of your party operate, how we communicate, and how the structures are constituted. We are a ground-up political entity. The PDP would have had the little challenges that led to us separating, and the people wanted a new political movement. And so we'd have come together, we'd have decided on who we wanted to be our interim political leader, and we gathered together. We had 2 conventions, we met as a people, and we decided on what the name of our party should be together, and we had a proper democratic process, one of the principles, the founding principles of our new party, and we are now at the stage of configuring that final document that is going to guide us going forward. We want to have a sustainable party that is going to lead Tobago, all of Tobago, to a successful transition through autonomy. So one of the processes that we want to engage the general public in is consultation. So we have drafted our constitution. Our constitution would look like many political parties. So it would look similar to any general political organization. The principles that are different for us would be insistence on democracy throughout the structure from the bottom up. We usually have sections such as action groups, which are small community-based groups that would allow persons to organize themselves and to sort of energize the entire body. And we have other sections like women's councils, island councils, just traditional structures within a party. But we want the public, we want Tobago to have a say, Trinidad and Tobago, the entire diaspora, to have a say in how that constitution is structured overall. So the difference is consultation, bringing in the voices so that we can critique it and we can truly have a democratic document.
Is it customary to have this type of consultation amongst the communities when drafting or constructing a constitution?
There's some kind of consultation in general in terms of when you have AGMs, when you meet an annual general meeting, you do revise your constitution as you go along. So that can be considered a form of consultation. But as we are forming, we want to maintain a bottoms-up approach to it. And so we want to engage the voices, young people, elderly, persons in the church, the NGOs, persons in education, the media. We want Tobagonians to feel a part of this process because our party engages everyone from every political entity, non-political affiliates, everybody. We want all of Tobago involved.
Okay, Article 4 on the draft is membership. Let's talk a little bit about the categories of membership.
Well, in order to be able to vote in our convention, you'd have to be financially legitimate, right? So to be a financial member, at this point in time, we are subject to ratification. You have to have submitted $10 per month. It is set at a price that everybody should be able to afford. So at $10 per month, you can come to a convention, you can come to a meeting, and you can submit your name for consideration for an electoral position, or you can vote for somebody or for a policy. So everybody, grassroots, all the way up, you can vote and you can contribute in the party. So there's a financial membership. There would also be persons who feel like they're supporting, sponsoring just being part of the development process. Persons who might come on the media to endorse candidates, or because you know that ultimately political parties do contest elections. So you would want to have members who are financial, who could vote, and members who are just supporters. So somebody in the diaspora can be part of the political movement. You could be part of fundraising, you could be part of the training and development exercises and so on. I don't know if you would allow me, I don't know how much time I have, to chat about a second activity that we have coming up. Apart from the consultations for our Constitution, we also have a fundraising venture. So I don't know if we'll be able to get to that.
We will be able to get to that. But even as you mentioned here, becoming a member, one has to be financially viable. Let's talk as well about the age, because you mentioned here a monthly fee of $10.
$10.
And I'm also seeing here that an individual can become a member from age 15.
15.
I'm sure a 15-year-old must have at least $10. They seem to have a lot more than those persons
that are working.
Yes,
they get from godmother, mommy, daddy, auntie, big sister, they get money. So they can contribute a little. We don't know if it will be $10 for them, because we are now ratifying our Constitution in the first instance. So that could be a suggestion. Young people could put in and say, well, I can only afford $5. So you go onto the site and you make your suggestion.
And is it that at age 15, if it is that they are able to pay this $10 or $5, whatever it is per month, will they be eligible to vote?
They can vote. They can contribute by debating. They can contribute to training and development by being a media personnel. There's a lot of opportunity for them. I know that there are political entities in the space that are sort of using psychological warfare against the population, making people sort of afraid to venture into politics. We have to condemn that as a people in Tobago outright. We do not accept threats to kidnap personalities, whether you're officials of the state or you're a homebody. We don't condone extortion. We don't condone death threats. We don't condone those things in our political space. And we do not condone singling out individuals, especially young people, to sort of break them down in the public space. And we also, on the other hand, encourage our young people and all potential members to fight a good fight and to have courage. So even if those things do rise up against you in the general warfare that is politics, you have the courage to continue and to fight. So young people can come, they can be part of that learning and development process to be able to participate actively in politics in Tobago, in the nation. And once you pay your money, whatever the dues will be decided upon, you could vote, you could do whatever as a citizen.
I see a viewer on the live says the young people buy Brazilian hair and eyelash. They can chip off a $10 box. Okay, Julia Brown.
True.
Thank you so much for that. But very quickly here, in terms of information, where can persons get more information on what the TPP is offering and, I guess the servings?
Right. So we have a Facebook page, the Tobago People's Party Facebook page. We have a number of persons on our steering committee. We have different interim committees happening now. So I'll give you a couple of numbers that you can contact. You can use my number as the head of the steering committee, 474-2200. We have 736-5394. You can call any of us, or you can go onto our Facebook page and register for our party, follow the page, and any questions that you want to know, you can ask any member.
All right. Thank you so much for that. And tell us very quickly here about the fundraiser that you're having.
So we're having our first official breakfast sale at the Shore Park Hub in
the food hub?
The food hub in Shore Park.
Yes.
It's $50. You can have a choice of roast bake, or fry bake. 2 meats for those who like meat. So you have fish, fried fish, smoked fish, smoked herring, etc. Or for the vegetarians, you have bodi and pumpkin and so on. So you have a wide range of choices, chocolate tea, juices, etc. And we want everybody to come out and support. Remember I said our new party, the Tobago People's Party, is for everyone. And our arms are open, welcoming everyone. So we'd like you to come. We're a bottoms-up party, and so we are funding ourselves. We began by introducing a little stipend so that people could come into our convention, and that's how we're going to continue to do it, so that our party belongs to us and nobody can run away with it, nobody can end it. and we are going to build Tobago together. So I want everybody to come out and get a breakfast. If you didn't have a ticket yet, you can try to get a ticket, or you can just come, walk in on Friday morning from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., June 30th.
Okay, that's next week, Friday. Natasha, before we wrap things up with you here, what do you say to those persons out there who are concerned about the stability of this new party, who have concerns about them coming out, the party members coming out of the PDP, forming the TPP? What do you say to them? How do you quell the concerns or questions, that are in the minds of the public?
I would begin by looking at the process. We would have gone through this breakup, this very, very savage breakup, separation of the peoples. And then the people themselves decided that we're going to look at our errors, look at what happened, and we're going to create this new entity. We learned how to do it. Our process we described in the first day as iterative, so we don't mind making mistakes and growing and so on. Our conviction as a Tobago people is what is going to help us to be stable. And if you follow the process, we have taken our time, despite all of the noise and all of the psychological warfare, the imperialist approach to fear tactics in the Tobago political space, we have continued the process. We have laid the foundation, and it is obvious that it's a very open, democratic process. And I have faith in Tobagonians. And I believe that this is the entity that we're going to use to build together, and we are going to create a stable foundation for our party that is founded in God, rooted in our faith in God. So they don't have to be afraid, or they don't have to be afraid of all of the noise happening right now and all of the threats and so on. We are rooted, even our Constitution at the national level. Chapter 1, the first principle, is faith in the supremacy of God. So don't be stressed about all of these anxieties taking place in the space right now. Relax on your faith in God.
All right, thank you so much. And viewers, certainly we're going to have members of the TPP back with us at another time, and we're going to continue the discussion on the new constitution. And as Natasha second mentioned, there's going to be consultation along the way to ensure that this process is kept as a democratic one, and that there is buy-in by all of the public to help to build the Tobago People's Party. Thank you again for being with us this morning.
No problem at all.
There was lots more coming up this morning on the Tobago Updates morning show, and again, we are the Tobago Updates television. We've got some information for you as well when we come back, so share the live, share the live, share the live.